All right. Hope you guys are doing well. The 19 thing has locked everybody down, so I figured I would make some YouTube videos because nobody wants me to come film events and take pictures. We're all just at home watching YouTube and Netflix. So I thought I'd take some time to get the bus ready. We want to get it on Airbnb ASAP, I think. So one of the worst parts of the bus experience so far has been the Nature's Head toilet and the pee bucket specifically. So we've rented the bus out to a few of our friends, and the more vigilant, the more responsible ones empty the pee bucket before it gets full, which is great. But if you forget to empty the pee bucket, it overflows into the poo bucket and it becomes a wet, disgusting mess. And so before we Airbnb this baby, I'm gonna modify the pee bucket so it never overflows again. No more emptying the pee bucket. So the plan is basically to come off this little pee tube here and just go straight down into the gray water tank, and then we can dump it where we dump it. And so I might use black ABS, or I might use some just like flexible nylon. Is it called nylon? Nylon pipe. But I'm gonna run to Home Depot now and kind of mess with things. I think I kind of measured the diameter with a hole saw, and it's about 1 3/8 inches. So I'm gonna look for a hole or a pipe that's about 1 3/8 inches. I'm also gonna bring the pee bucket donut, and so I just need a pipe that's gonna go around the edge there. And hopefully it's not too bad. We'll just have to drill a hole in the ground and then attach it. So we'll see how it goes. I got my little helper with me today. Can you say hi, Jove? All right, let's do it. 4 trips to Home Depot later. We had 3 today, and I did like 1 fact-finding mission a couple weeks ago. I think I have all the parts I need. We're gonna make this happen. So we'll walk through the parts, and then I'll dry fit it all, and we'll see if it actually works, and then we'll stick it all together. So I got a rigid braided vinyl. It's 2 feet. It's 1 inch inner diameter, 1 3/8 outer, and I got this to go from the pee bucket down through the floor. I wanted something more rigid, just to hold its shape a little bit better. And then once we're through the floor, I got same thing, 1 inch inner diameter, 1 1/4 outer diameter, and this is more flexible. What's it called? Clear vinyl pipe. This is 10 feet, and so once we get through the floor, we're gonna do a little P-trap. And so I got these guys, so we'll come through the floor and P-trap it. We'll P-trap it, and then this pipe will go and will connect to my ABS that the bathtub and the sink drain into. And to get into this, so that's the concept. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so the first thing I had to do was get this 2-foot braided nylon onto this P-trap downspout, and it was a little bit tight, and so I put some, can you see my face? You put some soap inside there, and then I boiled this, and so I don't know if you could tell, but the shape is a little bit different, and it didn't fit on at first, but now it fits on pretty good. So I'm gonna go mark a hole and drill through the flooring and the wood and the metal. And that should be the hardest part, and then we'll just we'll pop this guy into place. That's not the most scientific method, but should be close. It's a flexible pipe, so we'll work it in there if it's not quite directly beneath the spout. I think it'll be all right. So the hole drilling went well. I went with 1.5 inches instead of 1 3/4, and there's plenty of room. I'm glad I did that. It would have been a huge gap if I would have gone with 1.5. Or I did go with 1.5. I didn't use 1 3/4. 1.5. That's the one I used. So I'm just dry fitting now. I'm gonna make up the P-trap, and then I'm gonna see where I'm gonna cut off this braided vinyl pipe, and then we'll just run the rest of it. Watch out for the toilet paper. Run the rest of it in. I've already said that soap makes this way easier. Just a little bit of Dawn soap goes a long way. All right, there it is, the P-trap. And I made it so you can't see all the pee in it, which is kind of nice, so it won't be disgusting to go in the All right, P-trap works. So now I just need to find a place to cut into the 1.5 ABS and put this thing in with this thing on top, and then we should be one step closer. I'm gonna sawzall the ABS. I'm gonna use this metal blade, nice fine teeth. Just hopefully don't cut anything important. Here's the plumbing. As you can see, it's a little hard to access. I don't know why I did this. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut the gray here somehow. All right, so we just got back from our 5th trip to Home Depot. Connecting it to our existing plumbing was tough because it's up underneath a big gray water tank, and so I ended up just cutting a few things and then dropping the whole tank, and so I had to go get some couplers to re-glue stuff together. But I also, while I was there, changed my plan. So I was gonna use this. It's just a T with this, I don't know, whatever you call that, and then shove this in. But once it's in, there's like some gaps around because this pipe isn't actually perfectly circular. And then when you try to hork on it and turn it and mess with it, it's not tight enough, and it looks like it would probably leak. So instead of this T, I've got this T. So this is gonna go into the pipe. It's called a 1-inch insert to MPT. So this is threaded, and then this is the push in for the vinyl tubing, and then this is reducer bushing. So this threads into this, and then this is a clean out T, and so this threads into there. Bam, like that. So it goes from vinyl pipe to PVC to ABS, and I'll put some pipe tape in between, and then this will go on our existing pipe, and hopefully hopefully we'll be done soon. I think I'm gonna come back and finish this up tomorrow. Alrighty, that's what it looks like. That is pretty tight. If this thing's gonna leak, it's gonna leak somewhere else. Alright, this is a little bit of what it looks like. I don't know if you can tell what's going on there, but yeah, it's all connected except for that top part. Beautiful plumbing work. It's harder than it needed to be. Alright, that's all there is to it. Quick note about dry fitting. You should dry fit stuff because you'll glue something in the wrong spot and then you'll have to start all over or cut your pipe. So dry fit it lots of times until you're sure. So now we're going to test it with water, not with pee. I'm not crazy. Well, I can't really tell. It's dry, but the water goes in on top of the black water, gray water tank. And I looked up there with a flashlight, and it looks okay. So I just have one more finishing touch I want to put on this. So this is the tube. Drill the hole in the pee bucket, and this hole on the top is big enough to fit around this pipe. But the problem was you need to have a hand down here to hold this, to shove up in there, because otherwise the thing just pushes down because it's all flexible pipe. And so when this pee bucket is on here, you can't grab it. You see the problem. I can't do it. And so when I would push down, the pipe would push down. So what I did is I went underneath and I screwed a piece of wood up and then strapped it to it, gorilla glued the top and the bottom, and then I spray foam the crap out of it. So it looks terrible underneath, but you never go underneath. And it looks pretty on top. So when I push down, now it just pops in, and I don't have to grab it and get pee all over my hand, and it just locks back into place. So theoretically, you can still just pop it off, get your lid off, unscrew these, you just lift it out just like you would otherwise. So I think that's a pretty neat pretty neat system. And then after you empty your poop, just put it back on, screw it all in, get your lid on, match up your hole. Man, not bad, especially since you only have to empty the poop bucket, I don't know, 3 or 4 times a year, depending on, you know, how much your bowels are moving. I think that's it. If you like this, or if you have a different suggestion, feel free to let me know. It's too late for me because I've already drilled holes and stuff. But if someone else is trying to do this, then maybe it'll help them out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see ya next time I make a video. Peace.